Hi, darlings. Hi, darlings. My name is Tracey. If you're coming back in again or you're new, I'd like to welcome you. I can't sleep. I got something on my mind that just won't keep. So I upload every Wednesday at midnight, and it's usually about poetry readings, essays, or things about my real life. Some of the things you hear might make you laugh. Some of the things you hear might make you weep. Just remember to click like and subscribe if you see something you enjoy and want to come back again. Let's jump right in. A guy I met through a friend of mine who was a good girlfriend of mine. We were really close, right? We did everything together. And we used to go hang out to happy hours after we would get off work because we worked together for a long time, maybe about 5 years. And long story short, I went to see, no, not long story short. It's not going to be short, but I'm going to try to make it short. Kinda. So, long story short, but not too short. I went over to her house one night to hang out with her and have drinks and appetizers, watch some movies, whatever. I get there, this guy's there, sitting in a corner, the lights are dim, and he's just chilling and being kind of quiet. And he'd been there about an hour, but he still had his coat on, which I found to be weird. But nonetheless, I come in, I take my coat off. We all sit down, we're relaxing, drinking, whatever, smoking, whatever. And I turned to him to ask him his name because I hadn't really gotten much information out of him. He was just sitting there chilling. I don't even remember his name anymore, but he had a blue light around his whole body. It was like this blue back here. It was blue like that, for real. And I didn't know what to think. I had never seen that before. I'm a pretty spiritual person, so you're going to find me talk a lot about spiritual and psychic things. And this was one of them times where I knew I was being psychically dialed into some kind of phenomenon and I needed to pay attention. So that night, we're still, like I said, sitting there, and I got my friend Joanne was her name, and I said, can we go and talk? So I took her in the other room, and I said, it's odd. I see a funny light around this guy. And she knew that I was really spiritual, and I had shared a lot of things with her before in the past that I had seen that had come true. So she believed me, and we stepped aside into the den and got to talking. And I told her that I saw this blue light around him and that I didn't feel like it was a good thing or a bad thing, but I just didn't know for sure. And I wanted to know more. So she had me sit more with them and talk. And as I sat and talked with them in general conversation, more stuff started going in my mind, like pictures of things. And it was just him. And he was involved with a lot of people, a lot of women, and he was dishonest. And the movie in my head was showing me all this stuff. That's kind of how I see it when I'm around somebody. It's like the movie will start playing of stuff they've done in their past, or it could be something that's going to happen in their future. I don't always know until I talk to them and ask them questions. But I didn't want to ask him these questions because all the stuff I was seeing was him being bad. And when you see that, it's a very difficult situation to be in with a person, especially when you don't know them. What do you say? You don't know what to do. But the pressure and the power of what you're seeing in your mind is so heavy. It's crazy. You want to say something. You just do, but and the Lord has put it on you. You got it. So I figured it was for me to talk to her about. And after I left, I called her the next day and told her he was no good and he was going to trick her and use her, abuse her, take her for bad. And of course, a month later, I find out this guy had a wife in Delaware, had a baby's mother in another PG County in Maryland, and was dating her, and she was up in Baltimore County. So it was a big mess. And I just was like, this is crazy. I couldn't believe I was so on the money about him being as bad as he was. She was paying for his cell phone. He was driving one of her cars. He was working at a toll booth somewhere. It was just this shiftless, awful guy. It took everything for her to get rid of him. And he was abusive. He was all the things that I had seen. And did she listen? No. It all had to happen before she actually ended up leaving or getting rid of him. Like I said, it took a lot for her to get rid of him. He was very problematic. I don't even know all the full details. I just know it was a big mess. And finally, she's got rid of him, and she's not with him, but she lost a lot of money and a lot of time and went through a lot of pain. And women, if you're out there and somebody sees something and they usually are right and you usually trust them, if it comes to something like that, ask more questions. At least take it as a red flag. Even if you don't want to say, okay, I'm going to not do this. At least take it as a red flag and start looking for more things so you get yourself up out of it quick. There's nothing worse than being in a situation where you just know you shouldn't have stepped in it and you're still there. I've been there, but that's another story. My back. Like I said, that's all I have to say for now. I'm glad you came in. I hope you enjoyed what I had to say. I hope I made a difference in your life in some kind of way. Remember to pursue your passions into prosperity. Serve your spirit first.